Welcome to Allied Paranormal's Investigation Files, a look into local Michigan hauntings. We investigated a local Saginaw home, where the occupants claimed to have witnessed moving objects, disembodied voices, and a full body apparition. They called Allied Paranormal in to find the truth out about their home.
Standing right there because I was sitting right here in my chair, and I got up because I heard noise in the kitchen, and I got up and I stood right here and I'm looking and I'm like, what is that noise? And then I sat back down, and then we heard it again really loud, and I stood up right here and I seen a shadow, and I jumped up and I ran right here by you, and I said, I seen you, you cannot go away, I seen you.
When did you first start noticing the activity?
I'd say probably about 3 years before I moved into the house. I noticed an old guy in the basement, and we got a workshop down there, and he used to sit in a corner, and I would catch him now and then sitting there. And I seen him sitting right here as I was coming in and going towards the door, turned around quickly, and I told him, I said, I seen you, because I was excited, I seen him. And we've been seeing movement running around and at night, and during the, as we're sitting watching TV, we're constantly looking over our shoulders to see, what's in the kitchen, messing around, and then we had lighters dancing across the table in front of 4 to 5 of my friends were witnesses. We had hair pulling. Put up her clothing like this. As she had said something about the ghost, so because we know it's violent, she has got a tomato thrown at her.
And I was doing dishes, and a piece of tomato flew right by and landed on the sink, and I turned around and I'm like, Tito, stop throwing food at me. And I didn't get a response from him, so I walked to the bathroom and looked in there. He wasn't in there. And then I walked over there, and I'm like, why are you throwing food at me? He said, I've been sitting over here the whole time. Waking up from a sleep and going into the kitchen to see a man standing by the stove, and I'm like half asleep, so I didn't pay attention. And then I came back over here and realized that it should not have been anybody else here with me. And I go back in the kitchen and it's nobody there. Check the whole back of the house and it's nobody there.
I must have painted over this spot right here, that's why it's so white and so thick. Because I painted it, and you could even see some of the mud we put on here. It's not even level right here, but it was like a splat dots, like red dots kept coming up. And when I bought the house, I asked the landlord, I asked him, did somebody pass away in there? Because I said, look, there's red dots on here and they keep appearing on there. And he said I even painted over them several times before he sold the house.
And the girl calling your name.
Yeah, and then a lady calling my name said, hey Tito, and I said, what? And then my wife said, you heard that? And I said, I heard it, I answered it.
Do you get afraid?
Yes, I do. I get afraid to the point where I don't even want to be here anymore.
Not me, I go after the ghost. She's seen it.
He runs after them.
Scariest time is at night when all the lights go off and we try to go to bed at night. That's when you hear the noise. That's when you see the movements. That's when it's quiet and they want to come out and play.
Investigators researched the home's past and discovered a connection between the apparition seen and the previous owner. A man named David matches the description of the apparition seen in the basement. At the time of his death, he was in his late 80s and still registered owner of the home. To that end, Ally investigators attempted to make contact with David. The first team of Tom and Monica entered the residence and began their first EVP session.
When we were doing our investigation, the first place that we came to was the back bedroom, which is in here. And I sat in this recliner right here, and my partner Tom sat on the little bed, and we're sitting here, and I'm sitting here and we're investigating, and the whole time I'm thinking we're not going to get anything because it was so quiet, and then all of a sudden I heard somebody behind me, so I turned and looked, and I didn't see anything. But there was definitely somebody standing behind me, staring and watching us doing our investigation. It just wasn't coming out fully and giving us any hard evidence. He was standing there though, behind me.
Children's room when they're here?
Both Tom and Monica reported strange knocking in the home, which wasn't captured on our recorders. The second team of Felicia and Martin entered the home and began their session in the living room. It was quiet in the house until we noticed the smell of pine sol in the air. And we couldn't understand why it had been so strong at that moment, but not when we had first arrived. And we didn't smell it at all after that. And we asked Rosanna if she had been cleaning with pine sol, and she said yes, she had, but hours before we even arrived. And where I had found the bucket with pine sol, it didn't have a smell to it. It smelled almost like nothing but water. So I have no idea why the house filled up with the smell like that. Though the house seemed quiet, we were still in for a few surprises. The third team of Felicia, Monica, and Rosanna began their session in the basement.
Well, when we were downstairs, it felt like we were standing there and talking, then all of a sudden it felt like somebody was rubbing on my arm really lightly, and I asked if anything was touching me, and then immediately I had asked Rosanna if she had felt anything or if anything was touching her, and I think she had said the same thing, that something was touching her.
And then we heard noises behind us.
Yeah.
It was freaky being touched and should not be nobody by you. And then hearing the noises behind you and seeing
You
things.
thought you heard someone whistle, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody whistle, but I think I was the only one that heard it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't either.
I heard you threw a tomato at Rosanna.
We had spent a bulk of the investigation looking for an older spirit, but what we found shocked us all. The team of Tom, Martin, and Tito entered the home to perform our last EVP session, where we encountered more direct and intense responses.
Alright, come in and turn the TV on for us. We're waiting for you. Were you killed here?
What happened when you opened the door?
When I opened the door, I felt a rush, cold rush. I want to say that I felt somebody walk by me. Let's say if you open a refrigerator on a cold day, and you feel that real quick ice burst hit you, but it was static charged almost. It kind of just hit me, and I had to actually kind of felt like it pushed me back a little bit. I don't like this one. We reviewed the evidence and were shocked to find the 2 additional spirits aside from David. We soon returned to reveal our findings to our clients. What did you think of the evidence, the EVPs that we have showed you?
It was a little scary to hear that type of stuff going on in here.
Well, since you guys came around, we know a lot more. We know that the lady exists, the little child exists. They got more violent and active. They like they want us to know something or just trying to tell us something.
Did the investigation change the way that you see things in the house?
Yes, definitely, because before it was just a little bit of action compared to now where it's like gotten out of control.
Yeah, like they want more attention, like they're trying to tell us something.
That we know that they're here now and they want us to definitely know that they're here.
We're just gonna, one of these days we'll figure it out.
And we just try to keep the peace.
Yeah, they might leave a writing somewhere on a misty in the bathroom, you know, because I've seen like fingerprints.
And there's
And we seen
little kids' fingerprints, and I'm like, why is it a little kid's handprint on the mirror when it's not a kid here?
Yeah, then it's up high, so it's quite a distance away, and then there's a lot of stuff right there. There's no way they could be over, you know.
They'd have to climb on
They'd have
top
to
of
knock
the
a lot of
table
stuff
and
down.
knock off a lot of stuff that's up there.
Are you willing to have us do another investigation to find out more?
Yeah, I would like more answers to, about the little kid. Like, why does he get so upset when we have the grandkids over and spoil them, and just to kind of figure out what does the woman want with my husband. She keeps calling him.
We continue to get updates from Tito and Rosanna. They report that activity still continues in their home.
TV off downstairs. Is it TV off upstairs? Yeah, it's still upstairs.
It's still on.
Oh, I heard some voices upstairs, like a little kid or something.
Me too.
What?
A couple
We
voices.
keep hearing voices upstairs.
Awesome.
I know, you're in that
I
room,
get to
right?
go home, though. You stay here, suckers.
Not really. I got another house I can go to.
What?
Couple
We
voices.
keep
that are-
hearing voices upstairs.
Awesome.
I know when you're in that
I
room,
get to
right?
go home though. You get to stay here, suckers. Join us for our next report on two separate cases with two families who believe that they aren't alone. For more information on this or any other case, or to review our evidence, visit allyparanormal.com.
Were you killed here? Were you killed here?
I heard you threw a tomato at Rosanna. I heard you threw a tomato at Rosanna. The children's room when they're here? The children's room when they're here?
Come in and turn the TV on for us. We're waiting for you. Come in and turn the TV on for us. We're waiting for you.